Happy Friday, Roberts Roadrunners. Today is Friday, September 20th, 2024. Our weather today is going to be 82 degrees, and we are going to have a chance for some rain today. Hopefully, it will avoid recess time. Our lunch choice today is chicken parmesan with carrots, ham and cheese flatbread, and a bagel, egg, and cream cheese kit. Birthday shout-outs today. We have some birthday shout-outs to do today. A birthday shout-out to Kendall in Mrs. Winter's class. A birthday shout-out to Matthew in Mrs. Morgan's class. And a birthday shout-out tomorrow to Mrs. Kallenbach. I hope all three of you have an amazing day celebrating you. We are highlighting Cesar Chavez for our Hispanic Heritage Month focus today. So here is a little bit about Cesar Chavez.
Today, we are going to talk about Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez, a migrant farm worker who became an organizer. He fought for farm workers' rights and believed that if everyone worked together, they could be treated more fairly. Let's talk about the history of this American hero. Cesar Chavez was born in 1927 in the United States. His parents had Mexican heritage. Cesar Chavez was a Mexican American. When he was 10, his family moved to California. They worked as migrant farm workers. Even though he was just a boy, Cesar Chavez had to work in the fields with them as well. Migrant workers were workers that had to move from place to place. Life was very hard. Migrant workers were not treated fairly. When he was older, Cesar Chavez wanted to help and bring change. He started to bring people together. He knew that if they worked together, they could fight for their rights and get treated more fairly. He began giving speeches and even led marches and protests. In 1962, Cesar Chavez started a group later called United Farm Workers to fight for better pay and treatment, and it's still around today. In 1965, they led a successful strike against grape growers in Delano, California. A strike is when workers refuse to work until something changes. On a side note, it took 5 years and they never gave up because Cesar Chavez and the United Farm Workers wanted to fight for better treatment and they were not willing to give up. He was a hero. He fought for fair treatment and pay. He believed it was never fair to be mistreated because of your heritage. Cesar Chavez, a migrant farm worker who became an organizer. He fought for farm workers' rights and believed that if everyone worked together, they could be treated more fairly. Thanks so much for...
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So Monday starts our Spirit Week. On Monday, it is country or country club. And your teachers can explain a little bit for those of you in kindergarten and first and maybe second grade. I'm sure the fifth graders are very aware of what country and country club looks like. So it is going to be a fun week next week. It is Spirit Week all week. We also have only 4 days of school next week. So lots to be excited about as we come back on Monday. As you go through your day today, I want to remind you to be kind. I want to remind you to be responsible. And I want to remind you to be safe. Have a fabulous Friday, and we will have a great weekend, and we will see you back here on Monday.